This is McKinsey, doing my third lesson for Bass Players United. Thanking Adam Phillips again for hosting me on the site, and for Adrian Smith, who is shooting this video. This lesson is actually going to be a fretless thing, and also kind of a sort of a scale basics thing, or a chord basics thing, but based off of scale. Again, I'm going to work with the G major scale because it's the sound we're all kind of used to. But I want to do a demonstration of some double stops you can use. Double stops are two notes played simultaneously. They're the beginnings of an actual chord. Usually, it's either the root and the third note, or the root and the fifth. So the root third is root 5 is usually a very familiar sound for a lot of bass players. It's kind of the basics of the power chord. But I want to demonstrate what you can do by changing the position of one of those notes, displacing it in an octave. So you can play the G major scale as the scale, but you can also play the entire scale in double stops. So you have to move a bit more on the neck, but it'll sound like this. This is also a great exercise for your hand, for getting used to the intonation, but also for ear training, for playing in tune on the fretless, which is always one of the big challenges on the instrument. The beauty of this is, by playing double stops, you can use them in a number of ways. Playing solo, you know, it's a very cool sound. But you can also play this in the context of the band, or in the context of the song while working with the band, simply by changing the position of one of those notes. So, for example, instead of playing, if you take the root position note, G, A, B, and C, and taking them down an octave, you get this sound, which is much stronger bass response, but your ear is drawn to the high note, the melody note. So, but anytime you're playing two notes simultaneously, you have kind of an instantaneous way on fretless of telling whether or not you're playing in tune. Let me demonstrate. Instead of, which is in tune, if you're off a little bit, you might hear something like this. So, it's automatic, it's built in. It's like playing with a chorus pedal that's not working. So, let me demonstrate this just messing around a little bit melodically, fooling around within the context of the scale. This is all notes within the G major scale. The beauty, by the way, of G major is that it has all the same notes as an E minor scale, E natural minor scale. So anything that you practice in this exercise, you can actually expand into much more rock sounding stuff. So instead of, if you go out of tune, see? So if you decide to take it into E minor instead of playing G major, you can go. Very minor, sad, more melancholy sounding. So, again, getting back to the G major, it's something along these lines. You might want to practice this. on the drum kit if you're practicing alone. With a drummer, much different, but without, you're going to have a little bit of that. Training your ear, training your hands. For a fretless, this is absolutely key. So, again, for Adam Phillips, for Adrian Smith, thank you, and for Bass Players United, I hope to see great things for this website, and keep an eye on it. There's some great lessons up there now already. Thanks. Take care.